Hey, hi, and hello. My name is Some Truth. I am an artist, business owner, tarot reader, woo-woo lady, and a hoodoo baby. And I am here to give you a very personal welcome to this here YouTube channel, Temperance Apothecary. Now, today is our weekly collective energy reading forecast. I've been really enjoying doing these every Monday. Now, I technically am meant to record them on Sundays and queue them up, but I've been doing them day of and then live to post, and I don't even know why I shared that, so that's relevant for somebody, but I'm liking that flow. Today it feels particularly good. We're 1, 2, 3, I have my calendar over there, 3 weeks in the making, so I hope y'all have been enjoying these weekly collective energy forecasts. We had one card jump out, which was the Six of Swords reversed. The Spirit, as I gather here, what messages would you like me to bring to the collective? They have this one could be here. While I am setting these cards up, I will also let you know that I give personal readings as well. Okay. And I'll get a card. Now that we've got all our cards out, before I flip them over, I just want to let you know that I also do personal readings. They are recorded and sent to you via a private YouTube link so you can have them forever for general life overview, love and romance, as well as career and development for 30 or 60 minutes. And I also do custom creativity readings for my entrepreneurs, content creators, artists, or anyone really just ready to invest and develop their creativity for 45 minutes and 90 minutes. So if you'd like to book me for any of those readings, all of that information is available below. But for now, let's get into it. So the first messages we get, or I'm getting, especially with the energy I'm coming to in this reading, is that this is a week where, first of all, let me back it on up. The Six of Swords reversed, flipped out, which I almost didn't take. And I still did, obviously, but so did the moon upright. The first thing I'm hearing is this week we are still swimming through the waters of everything the Aries new moon brought up last week. So this week we are not escaping or outrunning those emotions, but rather sitting with them and untangling whatever they might have brought up. But let me go ahead and get the rest of these cards. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Sir, I'm not going to say I spoke too soon, but I will say that with the rest of these messages, there's a little more context, right? So we got the Six of Swords reversed, followed by the Eight of Wands and Eight of Cups, girl. What I'm hearing in my mind is JoJo, get out, leave, right? Also hearing the meme, if you know it, you need to leave. You actually are going on a little journey this week. And hesitantly so. And you're probably like, what? Why would I hesitate about going on a journey? I get that because we got the Six of Swords reversed as our first card, followed by these two eights, and both eights are movement related. But then this second row, because the way I do my readings, they're like a little pyramid. First row is beginning, middle, end. And then the second row are the transitions between beginning to middle to end. And then the last one I kind of use as the theme that we are drawing from and is the overarching, let's say, flavor of whatever the reading is. So the first level, where we have the beginning, where you are now, Six of Swords reversed. The middle is Eight of Wands, and then the end is Eight of Cups. Yeah. But then we got the Two of Swords and the Four of Swords. The Two of Swords upright and the Four of Swords reversed. So you're going Six of Swords reversed, Two of Swords into this Eight of Wands. So, like I said, I may have spoken too soon, in that the message I am now seeing with all of the cards out is that you are actually moving on quite quickly, or moving through the things that came up last week quicker than you maybe would even give yourself credit for. But what that looks like is a disconnect between maybe you and someone you weren't expecting, or you and situations you just knew you were gonna be able to take with you on whatever this next phase is. And I get that because the Six of Swords, you see, has two people in it. One is doing the rowing, one is being transported. But the Eight of Wands, vroom, vroom, that's pedal to the metal. They by themselves. And so is the Eight of Cups. So what I'm getting is that this is a week where you are leaving something or someone's behind in a way that you maybe never thought about. But I'm not even going to say that because we got the Two of Swords. You have needed to make this transition for a while now. And you've known that you need to get up from wherever it is you have been stuck or stagnant for a minute. And you are doing that. So that's the beautiful thing about this week, right? We got the Eight of Wands into the Four of Swords reversed into this Eight of Cups. So you are quickly approaching a place where you know that rest, and I'm talking about stagnant rest, right? Not restorative rest, not self-care rest, but like rest where an object at motion will stay at motion unless acted upon by an external force, and an object at rest will stay at rest. You are forcibly staying at rest, or you have. And so this week, you are quickly reaching a realization. You are quickly understanding and moving towards the intention of leaving behind all that you cannot take with you. You are opting to forge a new path and put down all them bags, bag lady, in a manner that's actually quicker than you thought because you make the decision. The Two of Swords, you're sitting here like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You know what to do. All you have to do is take your blindfold off. And what I'm getting is that this week, the blindfold is coming off whether you want it to or not, honey. And I'm getting that from the moon, which I'm going to keep back here because they are unclothed. But then it's clarified by the Four of Wands. What I just heard is when you let your freak flag fly, that's how your tribe finds you, right? That's how you end up having a good old time, and you can establish this. Four of Wands is a card of stability. It's also a card of celebration. This is the only other card besides the Six of Swords reversed and the moon that has two people. And I think it's something to be said about the fact that the moon is clarified by the Four of Wands. So you are leaving people and places hesitantly, not because you don't believe you should leave them or let them go, but because it's actually been a long time coming and you have been holding a little bit of fear. You've been holding some fear around what transitioning looks like without the comforts of the people, places, things, ideas, especially since we're having six. But I'm especially getting relationships that you just knew you was going to be able to take with you. And I think it's really cool that, yeah, we've got the Eight of Pentacles clarify the Four of Swords, that you are transmuting this confusion through this Two of Swords through movement. And as you are able to quickly arrive at the understanding of, oh yeah, I got work to do. I got work to do. I don't know where that came from, so shout out to you if that's your jam. But you are now understanding that it's put up or shut up time, and you cannot afford to try to put on anyone else's oxygen mask if yours is not on. You cannot try to get nobody out the hood if you still on the block. You get what I'm saying? Right? When I think of this Six of Swords, I'm thinking about how the person doing the rowing is rowing for two, but they're not receiving any help or support. And when I look at the rest of this spread, again, this is a pretty solitary spread with the exception of the overall themes. But what I'm hearing is that this is the week where you are allowing yourself to be emotionally transparent, and that emotional transparency and that emotional work is what is allowing you to come into connection, alignment, and celebration with the people you actually are meant to be with, and the people who are ready and more than willing to celebrate the work that you are doing. The moon with this Four of Wands gives me like first of all, it gives me dark room. If you know, you know. But especially with the context of this spread, we have the Eight of Wands in the middle. Maybe that's it too. Your mental, your mind is racing, right? You get this Six of Swords reversed into this Eight of Wands. Your thoughts are what is propelling you into action. And at the same time, it's the physical work that you are doing. You know how, wait a minute. You got 3 8s. 8, baby. You ate that. The only one we're missing is the Eight of Swords. And I'm pretty positive it didn't come out for a reason, because we've already got this Two of Swords energy, which is I feel like the baby cousin of the Eight of Swords. Both of them give the energy of like, oh, I don't know what to do. My mind is all over the place. What do I choose? Do I go this way or that way? Even though you know the answer. And even if you don't know the answer directly, you have an inkling of what the answer is. So yeah, this week's overall energy of this week is you choosing. Oh, yeah, see, we got that Ten of Swords. But we have the Ace of Wands on the bottom. Yeah, we're ending things. We're closing chapters intentionally, but that's because we standing on our own 2 feet this week. Nine of Pentacles in the middle of the deck. I think that there is very much a relationship, a series of relationships that are coming to a close. You may be leaving a job. You may be quitting a job. You may be let go. You may have a friend betray you in a way that feels unexpected, but you're not that shocked. You're not that shocked. And I bring that up because this Ten of Swords, you see how they got all these swords in there and they're just scrolling on their phone. And I clarified the Two of Swords with the Ten of Swords. Yeah, girl, somebody gonna make that choice for you. This is the week where stick a fork in it. If you weren't trying to intentionally disconnect or unravel from a relationship or a connection before, they're gonna force your hand. They're gonna force your hand to do it. But rather than you feeling some type of way about it or so betrayed, even though I get a sense that, honestly, I get a sense that you don't give a fuck. Like, I get the sense that you, again, already had a kind of underlying, almost an underknowing. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. And yeah, you've been pouring a lot into a new thing, or so you thought. But they might have had some third-party situations. I am not a romance reader. I need the record to show now. I'm not a love reader as my camera starts to die, so we will wrap it on up. We got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, reversed, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands. Yeah, something that started off, honestly, maybe a little bit emotionally unbalanced is coming to a head this week. You might be finding out Friday night you and your boys went out to eat. It's all right. It's not right, but it's okay. Yeah, this week it's not right, but it's okay. Because, yeah, you're going to make it anyway. Okay, you're moving. Yeah, Lovers reversed. Listen, stink. Sometimes springtime is the time to plant some new seeds. Springtime is when, actually you don't plant in spring. Spring is when they start to bloom. Let new things come into your life. Actually allow yourself to let go and release your wiggle this week for sure. But don't be afraid to release or disconnect from relationships where they got you fucked up. And with that energy, catalyze that creative energy, that sexual energy, and transmute it into work. All right? You getting that good work done. With the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah. Emotionally, you already know. Bag lady. That you can't sustain like that. And you're moving towards the Nine of Cups, which is the very next step, which I love. And you're moving towards there quickly, all right? And you're getting there through your own work, but don't be fooled. Don't think that this is the end of the world because this relationship has come undone. In fact, once you break up, once you allow the emotions, the rawness of your state of being to come forward, that's actually how you're able to tap into your stability, your community, and have a good motherfucking time. So that is the energy I am bringing to you all this week. That is what Spirit brought to me. Let me just go ahead and get an affirmation to close us out from the Golden Mantras deck. So yeah, this week, you know what you know, so move accordingly. But don't let that stop you from putting in your work. Period. Ha! And this came out upright, so it was already facing me. I am me. I am accepted. I am appreciated. I am loved. Yeah, this week you are recognizing that you are uniquely and beautifully you. And the people that don't see that, y'all, the battery died. at the end of the video. So if that ain't confirmation, I don't know what is. Let it die. Let it die and know that you are moving quickly, faster than you can even imagine. Let it die. Y'all, the camera died. And even now, it has a quarter of a battery left. So let me go ahead and wrap it up with these last messages. Your affirmation. I am me. I am accepted. I am appreciated. I am loved. This week, you are leaving places, spaces, connections, mindsets, parties, jobs that do not appreciate, accept, or love you wholly. And you are moving very quickly towards everything and everyone and everywhere that will. But for real, thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all in another video quite soon, because I owe you a pick-a-pile with messages from spirit. And we have our weekly collective video coming up on Wednesday. So make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed or resonated with any of these messages, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, all those fun things. And I will see y'all with another video very soon. Have a great day. Bye.